Alright, so here we have more problems using the clock model, except now we're introducing mixed numbers. But that's no big deal. Here we have a half and 2/3. So what that means is we have half of an hour, which is 30 minutes, plus 2/3 of an hour, which is not so hard to think about because 20 goes into an hour evenly 3 times. So every third is 20 minutes. That means 2/3 is 40 minutes. So we get 70 out of 60. And all that means is we have 70 minutes out of 60. Because this is relative to an hour, we can reduce that to 7/6. And now in the next problem, it's essentially the same thing here, right? Except now what we have are two mixed numbers, so we have to deal with this 1 and this 2. And my suggestion is to think of this problem as almost the same thing as the first one, where we have a half and 2/3, but we're adding 3 more whole numbers to it. So we have 1.5 hours plus 2 2/3 hours. So I'm going to write 1 hour, 3 hours, right, plus 70 minutes. And this is my notation, sorry about that, 70 minutes. What does that give me? 3 hours, 70 minutes. 70 minutes is really a full hour. So it's like having 4 hours and 10 minutes. 4 hours and 10 minutes. So we'll write that as a mixed number because in these mixed numbers, the whole number is an hour. So it's 4 hours and then 1/6. Right, 10 minutes is like 1/6. So it's 4 and 1/6. And that's how I'd represent that one. The next one, 5/6. Well, 1/6 is 10 minutes. So 5/6 is 50 minutes, right? Plus 1 hour and 5/12. Well, 5/12, you can see, here's the 5/12 right there. It's 25 minutes. So it's 50 minutes plus 1 hour and 25 minutes. So what's that going to be? Well, here we have 25 minutes and 50 minutes. That makes 75 minutes. Well, how many hours is that? I get 75 minutes is like 1 hour and 15 minutes, right? That's 60 and 15 makes 75, so 75 is 1 hour and 15 minutes, plus 1 hour here, so we have 2 hours and 15 minutes. Well, 15 out of 60 is like a quarter of an hour, so 2 and 1/4. And notice throughout this whole process, I'm adding the whole hours to hours and minutes to minutes, kind of splitting it up in separate ways. That'll help us here. Now we're going to have 3 hours, right? There are 3 hours. And how many minutes? Well, we have 9/10 and 11/12. Well, 11, you can see it right here, is 55 out of 60. So it's 3 hours and 55 minutes plus 9/10. Well, a tenth, as we talked about in other videos, is 6 minutes because 6 goes into an hour 10 times. So 1/10 of an hour is 6 minutes. 9 of those is 54 minutes. So we have 3 hours plus 55 minutes. That's from the 11/12. Plus another chunk of minutes, right? Another chunk we have now, 45 minutes. And all I did there, oh, that's wrong. Not 45. As I just said, 1/10 of an hour is 6 minutes. So 9/10 should be 9 times 6 minutes, or 54 minutes. Okay, and we're getting through this. Now we combine the 55 minutes and the 54 minutes, I get 109 minutes, which is like an hour and 49 minutes, right? It's 109 minutes. 1 hour is 60 minutes, so 109 is like 60 minutes or 1 hour, right? And what's left over is another 49 minutes. This is not so friendly, but we're almost through it. And I'm going to keep going down here. So now we have 1 hour and 3 hours. It's 4 hours and 4 hours and 49 minutes. 4 hours and 49 minutes. So 49 out of 60. And that wasn't very friendly. I don't like that one. Okay, so we're moving on. 1/5 and 1/6, much easier to deal with. And it's going to help us in this problem. So 1/5 and 1/6. Well, 1/5 of an hour is what? Take 60 minutes, divide it by 5, and what do you get? Well, you get 12, right? because 12 times 5 equals 60. And this is a fun connection because 1/12 of an hour does equal 5 minutes. So 1/5 of an hour is almost a reverse in a way, right? It's 12 minutes. Just like 1/12 is 5 minutes, 1/5 is 12 minutes. And that makes sense if you think about it. If you took a 12-minute chunk like this and multiplied it 5 times, you go 12, 24, 36, 48. There's 48. Sorry. And I'm losing track there. And 12 more. Oh, here's 48, sorry. 48 and then 60, right? And all I'm showing you there is that that took 5 jumps of 12 to reach an hour. And that just means that a fifth of an hour is 12 minutes. So we have 12 minutes, that's 1/5, plus 1/6, which is 10 minutes. This gives me 22 minutes. 22 out of 60. I'm going to reduce that. We get 11 out of 30. And that might help us, who knows. So now we have the same problem here, the 5th and the 6th, but now we have 4 more hours to add. So all I'm going to do is jump ahead and work. This is 4 hours and 11/30ths. Right? It's the same thing as before, but now we're also adding in hours. And I'm almost going to think of the hour chunks of time as separate from the minute chunks. That won't change my answer, but I had hours first and then minutes and then see what my answer is. And that brings us to our last problem. We have a half an hour, which is 30, right? A third of an hour, which is 20 minutes. A fourth of an hour, which is 15 minutes. And a fifth of an hour, which is 20 minutes. No, what am I saying? So I'm thinking of money. A fifth of an hour, again, is 12 minutes. So plus 12 minutes. Oops, sloppy handwriting. 20 plus 15 plus 12. Sorry about that. So 30 and 20 is 50 minutes. And then 65 minutes. And then 77 minutes. So 77 out of 60. Alright, this one was a little bit tougher, but I hope it helped.